once you're in the business manager, all you gotta do is click on create a campaign. Once you create a campaign, you start in this particular section right here. There's, again, 3 levels. The objective, which is already what you selected as a conversions objective, the audience that you're gonna target and the budget, and then last but not least, your creative elements. So over here, we're on the first level. This is the conversions campaign. It's called conversions campaign. You can have your own specific naming convention so you can easily see which campaign you're gonna be running, and just by looking at your dashboard, you know exactly what that campaign is trying to accomplish. You can see here that we have what is the buying type. We can see here we want to do an A/B test. That's something that you can do as you get more and more ninja. So you can do testing and find out which one performs best, that campaign or this campaign. We're not doing that right now. You can have CBO turned on. CBO is a very important tool right here. It's by default turned on. CBO stands for Campaign Budget Optimization. What that means right now is that if you leave it on, Facebook will help you find a winning audience. If you select 5 audiences to target, 5 separate audiences. Audience A, it's website purchasers. Audience B is website visitors. Audience C is your customer list. Well, what Facebook does is that it starts showing the ads to the world, each separate audience, one campaign, each separate audience, and then it's going to optimize for the best performing one. And it's going to stop spending money on the ones that are not performing. That is CBO. There is one case in which I don't recommend doing CBO, and I recommend that you actually go ahead and grab this toggle and toggle it off. In that one case is when you're trying to find new audiences because you don't know who's interested in your products yet. If you're trying to find a new audience interested in your products and services, you might want to have that off and select 4 or 5 audiences to test, because if you have that off, Facebook will now spend the money evenly on every single one of these audiences and help you determine whether you have an audience that is going to be interested or not before they start pulling the plug on audiences for you. So in short, finding new audiences from scratch, it's a good idea to have several audiences and CBO turned off. Targeting warm audiences and getting people to continue to buy from you and targeting audiences that you know are likely going to be interested in your products and services, it's a great idea to have CBO turned on because it's going to allow you to spend less money on losing ad sets and more money on the winning ones overall. So it's a good part of the Facebook algorithm in general. Okay, so you're going to leave that on right there. Daily budget, what did we say we were going to do? We said we were going to do $100 a day. So we're going to go ahead and adjust this over here and go to $100. All right, in this case, that's 1,000 right there. I'm going to remove 1 0. Boom, right there. Okay, that's $100 a day. And once we're done with that section, we're going to move on to the next section. At the bottom over here of the screen, there's going to be a blue button that says next. You click on that next. And let me just zoom out a little bit so it looks better. And now we're in the conversions section, on the ad set section. We're going to do a website. We're going to target people, get them to the website, whether that's Amazon or whether that's our own Shopify store. We're going to leave it there as a website. We're going to select our pixel. We have the natural slim pixel. We have the purchase event. That's what we're going after. We have the start date, which is going to be right away as soon as we submit this to the world. And then we're going to select our audience over here. What is our audience? In this case, you can select an audience of, in our case, I want to have the purchasers of the last 180 days. People that purchase our products in the last 180 days is going to be my audience over here. This is very simple. Over here, you can just X this out, and I can go ahead and select a new one. Search existing audiences over here. We can see I can start typing purchase, and the ones that I've created over the years, Natural Slim USA, Shopify purchasers, for example, right there. I have that audience selected, and I can keep it there because I want to target people that have purchased our products on Shopify. And then I'm going to go over here. I have that selected. This is what I mentioned earlier, automatic placements or manual placements. Automatic, recommended. Facebook is going to display it across all 20 plus placements. Or if you do manual placements, you get to click on this thing right here and it's going to open up all the individual placements, and you can uncheck any of them that you don't want to target. For example, you don't want to go to Facebook, you want to stay in Instagram, just go ahead and uncheck Facebook and any other placements that you do not want to target. If you, for example, are really confident that your audience is on Instagram, you can just go after Instagram marketing here directly, just by unchecking everything else except Instagram. It's that simple. We're going to leave it like that. Auto placements, and then we're ready for our next level. We're going to go to next over here at the bottom. And the final level, look at how this thing is forming out already. So I selected a Facebook page, an Instagram profile. I selected that I'm going to create a new ad, because you have a couple of options. You can use an existing post or you can create a new ad. I selected single image or video. I also selected over here that we're going to have all these placements over here, which, by the way, story for another day, but you can edit the placements on each platform. And then I have the primary text. As you know, we had 2 variations, right? So if I want to add the second variations in here, I can. All I got to do is click on Add Options. If I click on Add Options, I can insert another copy variations, and Facebook will actually rotate that in the creative. I'm going to just leave it like that for simplicity purposes, just 1 variation, even though I had 2 on the actual option there. We got the headline. I had 2 on the campaign planner. I apologize. I'm only using 1 so we can move through this lesson faster. The headline is going to be Get Back to Sleeping Like a Baby. In this example, description, you can add something in it. You can leave it empty. It's an optional part of it. I recommend that you put it in. And then you have the website URL that I'm using. And I'm even selecting to show call extension because I like people to call our company. So I can put our number that on the website they're going to be able to click on to call us directly. And just like that, guys, we have an ad formed. Over here you can see that we have, this is how it looks on Natural Sim USA. I give it 5-star on Facebook feeds. If I want to see how it looks on other placements, this is a video feed right here. If I want to see how it looks on, for example, this one over here is Facebook Marketplace. That's how it looks. If I want to see how it looks on a story, or on a Reels, or I want to see how it looks on InStream, etc. All the placements, you will be able to preview them right here. And once you are done with that, and you're happy with the product, and you like how it looks, you got your objective, you got your audience, you got your creative, you're ready to push this out into the world, all you gotta do is click on this green button at the bottom that says Publish. You click on that bottom, and it's gonna submit it to the world. Once you have that submitted to the world, you now have this thing being sent out to millions of people across the Facebook family of apps. And now you have run a campaign from scratch on the Facebook advertising world.